Do we have a last word today?
Yeah, we actually, just a very quick one. We actually...
Thank you, everyone, for making it this far and hearing all of our stories and me finally be...
I did
honest.
talk to our friend Bill Danger Robinson from last week a couple more times. Yeah, we went back and forth a couple more times, and then he finally gave
Did he
up.
listen?
No, I just whipped him so bad that he felt like an idiot and stopped commenting. So, you know.
I just wish
Did he acknowledge the
No,
your
the
references?
trolls never do. He just left something like stupid and nonsensical. Because I said I know you're
You
gonna
smell like poo.
Yeah, at that point I had completely annihilated anything that he had to say, and he just like he put like hashtag NEPA hashtag Hana, and that was it.
That really just summed his whole argument up.
Right? Yeah, that was all he had left at that point.
You got me.
It was like he shorted out, I think.
Yeah.
Beep boop boop boo.
Yeah, robot just shut the robot from Lost in Space just completely shut
NEPA
up.
edition.
Danger Will Robinson. All right, so what's the new one?
So this guy he's actually one of the guys who comes to the open mic nights, and he commented on the last podcast. So I figured I'd read that, and he just said he commented. SoundCloud lets you comment wherever you want in during the podcast or whatever, so you can actually see that.
I think that's a pretty cool thing about SoundCloud.
I like that a lot too, because then you can see what they're commenting on specifically.
But now we're on iTunes, so
we are, and we should mention that. So
okay,
we'll
put it in the
iTunes.
description.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
All right.
Is
this guy? Do you know this guy?
Yeah. He's actually his name's Kyle Rebar, and he's going to be.
Oh, I love Kyle.
Kyle's going to be one of the performers at our open mic showcase that we're doing.
Kyle's fucking out there, man.
His stuff is fantastic. So
Kyle is absolutely. Here's the thing about Kyle. Kyle is. I don't know if they're a duo, but Kyle Rebar and Kevin Vogren are like the two dudes who are very they do this thing called the Iron Reels, which is every first Friday they'll show independent work in progress blah 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 films that you're working on or music videos or whatever. They're both brilliant.
Yeah.
And Kyle drives a scooter. that only goes about 25 miles an hour, and he'll drive from like Susquehanna County. He can't drive on a highway because he's not permitted for it. He takes all the back roads to where he's got to go. He's he's awesome, and he's great to talk to, but he's willing to do anything for anybody. Like, that's Kyle. Like, that's how cool Kyle is. I hope this comment isn't negative.
It's not.
Because I just was like, Kyle's pretty awesome.
No, it's definitely not.
Okay.
I figured since last week we harped on the negative guy, let's do a positive one this week. So he comments at the part where our comedian Zach Hammond, who was our guest last week, was talking about all the things that go into being a comedian, and specifically the part where he's describing how he has to change his set sometimes, midstream, like in the middle of a room, because the room changes or they turn on you and that sort of thing. So he says, wow, this gives me a whole new respect for comedians. Comedy now equals most respected live act. Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Kyle does this kind of mix of poetry and performance art sort of thing that is very unique and very cool. So that's definitely a high compliment. And
especially for the comedians around here.
I would agree with that, because having to talk to these guys and seeing what they do and everything. Yeah, comedy is very hard, and making people laugh is very hard. And to then have to get up in front of a room and think you've got your set covered, you've practiced the jokes, you know how to deliver them, and then you hear silence, or then somebody in the room starts heckling you, or people are talking through the whole thing. There's so many things that can go wrong.
The scary thing is it's interactive art and it's not supposed to be.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean? I talk, you laugh or listen.
Because you see professional comedians do it, especially on like TV, on Comedy Central, or you watch an hour special or something, and they're so good at what they do at that point that you just see the audience laugh and them tell the jokes for an hour, and that's it. And you think that's how it's done, that you memorize an hour worth of great material, you get up there and recite it, and then people just love you.
Yeah.
And it's so much more work than that. You have to get to that point, and it takes years and years and years of dedication.
And to constantly be like kicked in the nuts.
Right.
And keep going. Like to have the fortitude to like do another set tomorrow.
Yeah.
After like last night's was shitty,
mm-hmm.
And it's not because of, like, I mean, we'll use Zach for the example, but it's not, it's probably not because Zach wasn't funny. It's just because the crowd just wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like that, what a kick to the ego or a kick to the subconscious just to be like, Jesus Christ, like none of this works.
Sure.
We did a short film once and it played around here twice. And the first time it played, it was like bah ha ha belly laughs. And then the next time it played, it was crickets. And the guy who made the short like was kicking. He was behind me, and he's like, "What do we do wrong?" And I'm like, "Nothing, man. It's the audience."
Yeah.
Like you can't fault your film, man. Like you just gotta let it go. Chalk that one up to being like, now you have that experience.
Sure. Yep. And you can build on that. And
the other thing too is like, comedians going up there, like they're alone. It's not like a band where you go up and you're like, well, we'll all fail together.
Yeah.
Or we'll all succeed together. Like you own it, man. Like that's scary. That's why like people are like, why don't you do karaoke? And I'm like, well, number one, it sucks.
Yeah.
And number two, I'm deathly afraid to go up there all by myself, man.
Right.
Because literally the eyes of the room are all on you. And if you fuck up, they're going to crucify you for it.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for you to fuck up.
Right.
All they want you to do is just make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Carlin on Jay Leno once, and he was doing, did you ever hear his baseball football bit?
Yes.
Halfway through, we forgot it.
Oh, wow.
And then he was like, and he looked at the crowd, and he's like, I've done this joke 1,000 times. Totally forgot where I'm at right now.
Wow.
And everyone was like, yeah. And then he kicked right in. He remembered, and he goes, oh, that's where I was. And he went right back into the joke like nothing happened. I saw it. It was amazing. But for people like...
But he has he has that goodwill built up with his audience.
Oh, yeah.
People are like, oh, you're Carlin. It's okay. You take a minute. Because we know that you're this good all the time.
Yeah.
If you're an amateur, you're starting out, or people don't know who you are.
Well, I mean, they love to see it. Like if you're established, that's why like on SNL, if somebody breaks character and just starts losing it, like that's funny.
Yeah, you're cool with it.
You know what I mean? But if you're over at like the Diva and somebody just like
the
audience is going to be like, well, that wasn't believable at all.
Right.
And you're like, no, man, because nobody's perfect. People forget shit all the time.
Sure.
Jimmy's played songs 1,000 times, and all of a sudden he's like, I have no idea where this song starts.
Especially when I drink tequila. It's a mind eraser.
Yeah, it is. That's what it should be called.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah. Well, and that I think that kind of plays into everything we've been talking about with supporting artists and to keep living your dream and just going forward and doing it anyway. And hopefully, I learned some stuff today about you guys, and it gives me a new respect for what you guys do.
Not so much Jimmy.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
I was just a bag of hot wind today.
You were, man.
Because you're the Human Torch.
There you go.
I don't even think you took a breath at the first 40 minutes of this.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, you were like the Micro Machines guy. I almost bought
I missed that, man.
I almost bought a Buick off of you.
I missed that guy. I forgot about him. Yeah.
So
we should have him on here. Do you think we could track him down?
I mean, his career's
He's
not
still
doing
around.
anything right now, so...
I was wondering about that. If we could get like a semi-famous person that just is not relevant anymore. If we get somebody like that on our podcast.
What?
Yes. Let's do it.
No, let's aim for famous people.
What?
Let's aim for famous
Do you know any
people.
famous
Well, you gotta get some of the not so hot ones first. You gotta work your way up.
Well,
Fine, we'll do that.
Mark, when you go to the wedding, you pick up Tom Cruise and bring him back.
Him and I share a birthday, so that's how I could break into that conversation.
Right, and then bring up this whole thing.
Yeah, or just make him use the toilet after. That's
Yeah.
like I said before. I think that's the segue.
If we're using that logic, then I'll get Prince William and Twiggy from Marilyn Manson.
Prince William from England?
Yeah.
You know him?
No, he shares my birthday.
Oh, that's not the logic I'm using. I'm just using that as my icebreaker.
No.
But how weird is that going to be when it's like, hello, I'm Tom Cruise, and I'm like, you and I share a birthday.
Please come on our podcast.
Who are you?
Security.
Yeah. I would like to talk about Oblivion and The Day After Tomorrow. Is that the name? No.
You wouldn't want to talk
Live
to him about
Therapy.
Scientology?
No. Absolutely not.
Not even a question.
No. Not at all. I'm more concerned about, oh my God, Edge of Tomorrow. That's what I want to talk about. Those are my two favorite science fiction movies of the last 2 years, man. Tom Cruise, take his personal life out of it. He's fucking awesome. And I'll tell you what, man, I've worked with crew members in LA. It was right around the couch jumping incident.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, believe what you want to believe about Tom Cruise, but he is the nicest dude we have ever worked for. You know?
He was excited.
Guy was in love.
He was.
Why are I don't scream it from the rooftops, but he decided to jump on a couch on Oprah. Like, and if you watch it and you go back, Oprah was like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Crowd was awesome. Crowd went crazy. And then all you do is you get a 6-second snippet on the news, and that now defines Tom Cruise, which I think is horrible.
Will you jump on the couch for us to show us that it's okay?
No, I'm just so fat and lazy that'll never. I might slowly roll off the couch like a turtle and be like, I'm in love.
So I guess you're the thing then.
I'd have to be by default. I'd have to be the thing. I think I have more of the build for it.
Plus, you've been smoking the whole time too, and
I know,
he's
and now I'm out of
smoker.
cigarettes, so I'm onto the inside vape.
But you need a big cigar. You need a big that's how
cigars.
I pick. Ah, damn.
Hate cigars.
All right, well,
Can't stand them.
okay.
We want to thank everybody for listening and making it to 11 episodes. So that's just from me. Anybody else want to say anything?
No.
Yeah, no, that's.
Why don't you want to say anything?
I'm tired now.
Say something positive, Lauren. Please.
something positive?
It's a lot of pressure.
Jimmy, you want to say something positive?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought that was it.
No, I have something very positive.
All right, go.
If you have a chance,
Check out
Project Blue Book.
thestude.com.
Project Blue Book is now available as a searchable database at theblackvault.com. Somebody over the years has found all of. Prior to this, the only way to get the documents was in person. This guy actually.
People don't know what Project Blue Book is.
Jimmy.
It's all of the
government records.
the government records on people who saw unidentified flying objects in the sky. And there was, back in the 1950s, there was a committee that was created to determine whether these were a threat or not to the national security. And like I said, the only way to get these documents was to see them in person. There's a guy, a UFO enthusiast that has
Named Jim Reynolds.
Yeah.
I wish. That has got not only copies of these, but he they scanned the original documents from the microfilm or whatever.
Microfiche.
Microfiche, and then he has taken OCR software to digitally scan the characters so that they are now searchable, even like from the photographs or whatever. So you can go online and there's over like 150 or 100,000 documents or something like that.
Okay, so how was that positive?
Because now we
I'm talking about like us as a group, as a podcast.
we can definitely take it upon ourselves to do our own investigation.
Thank you all for pushing the envelope further in terms of the media available. I really appreciate this opportunity to challenge everything. All media has its place in the world, and I think every audience has to find the media right for them. And I think it's really good of us to have this available as an option for a specific kind of audience.
And I also want to say in the coming weeks, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We have.
Baby.
You just ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it.
That's it.
All right, thank you, everyone, and thank you especially to my compatriots, Lauren, Rich, and Jimmy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jer.
Thank you, Jared Tobin.
Yes. Thank you, Jer, for
Big idea, photo, video. All right, bye.